Hello, Scorpios. Welcome to your June 2021 reading. It has been a while since I have done zodiac readings, so thank you so much for joining me. I am laid up this week. I got into a bit of a gardening accident. Note to self, wear closed-toed shoes when gardening. That'll be my first tip of wisdom for the day, okay? All right, so this is a reading for June 2021. Now, trust that when you do find this reading, if you find resonation within it, that message was meant to find you when it found you, right? We are not by any means at the same point of growth within our journeys. So, do trust that when you find certain messages that really stand out or resonate with you, that those messages were meant to find you. Also, this is a collective reading, so take what fits, leave what doesn't, right? We know that. Let's get into this. So we are coming from May, and the end of May, we had that super blood moon. It was a super flower blood moon, right? And that was a very high, intense energy, high, intense emotional energies. A lot of releasing was happening. It was felt very heavily among the collective for sure. And now coming into June, we have a new moon solstice. So a new moon solar eclipse. And there is so much happening right now. There is a lot of new beginnings happening, powerful changes happening, things that have been released, cycles that have been released, and new beginnings starting. So we are really looking at the transition. That's what this reading is really looking into. The transition that is happening, for the collective within this month of June. All right, let's get into that. That's enough rambling. All right, so we are using the Wild Unknown Tarot for you guys. And we're going to pull some oracle cards as well throughout. We're going to finish with an oracle message. But first we're going to start. I'm going to pull all 4 lines of the cards out, and then we'll go from there, all right? All right, so this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you, Spirit. Current energy, we have the Son of Cups, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 6 of Swords. Wow. Wow, thank you, Spirit. That was a lot. Okay. We have 4 of Wands in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the 7 of Swords. Sorry, the 7 of Wands in reverse and the Son of Pentacles in reverse. What is supporting this transition? We have the 9 of Cups and we have the Chariot, as well as the Lovers. Wow. All right, well, Scorpio, let's get started here. Let's look into this. So current energy, we have the Son of Cups, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 6 of Swords. The Son of Cups is all about, it can certainly be someone coming towards you, offering you, Boogie, you're not sitting there. No, come over here, please. Please move. Boog, please. Please, honey. You can't sit there. Okay, he's going to sit there. All right, so we have the Son of Cups. That, as I was saying, that can definitely be somebody coming towards you, bringing some sort of, cup, love. We have the 10 of Wands here, and then we have the 6 of Swords. I really see that, I feel that this is an opportunity, some sort of emotional beginning. Maybe you're wanting to reach out to somebody. Maybe you're wanting to extend a cup of love or a cup of emotion. That could be romantically, that could be within business partnerships or new passionate creative ideas. I do see, though, that there's some sort of heavy burden around, there's some sort of heavy burden around this transition to go and give these cups. The 6 of Swords is all about the transitions. It's all about coming from, the darkness and moving into the new beginnings, which is why these swords are being put to rest underneath this rainbow here, right? But the 6 of Swords isn't easy transitions, okay? It's not easy transformation. It's not, oftentimes those waters are pretty rough and pretty rocky when we are on that transitioning kind of road, right? Let's clarify this Son of Cups. Wow, we have the Six of Cups clarifying the Son of Cups. We have the Sun clarifying the Ten of Wands. And we have the, Five of Wands, clarifying the Six of Swords. You see, the Son of Cups, I feel that for some of you, I mean, this can be talking about some sort of, it can be almost some sort of love. Maybe maybe it's a returning love. Maybe it's something that you've kind of, for some of you, it can certainly be something that you've been on a break from, especially with these other two cards here, right? And it's something that is coming back into your surface, whether it's a new love or not. I do feel that it's a very fulfilling kind of love. You know, the Six of Cups energy, and I love the depiction of this card because the Six of Cups energy is about reflection. Okay, it's about that reflection of your life, of the emotions that you have had from your life. It's really even doing the inner child work, really reflecting back on, you know, emotionally, maybe where you have been not only wounded in the past, but where you have felt joy, where you felt love, where you felt happiness. You know, it's really getting in touch with those roots. You know, it's really getting in touch with the rooted emotions here. And then understanding that those rooted emotions is the kind of love that you are building here. There's something safe, there's something secure, you know. And whether that is a romance or a love or a business or some sort of emotional connection, that is the kind of energy I see that you are wanting to build here. Whether you're going to give that to somebody or somebody is offering you that to me is very much where you are standing. I feel like you've done a lot of reflection with inside of self and really understood what it is that you want emotionally from life, okay? From love, from those around you, right? I feel like you've just done so much reflection on this. We have this Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands was clarified by the Sun. Now, the Ten of Wands is about dropping the burdens. And again, I love this depiction because here you can see it almost looks like you're coming through some sort of thicket in the bush, right? And isn't it interesting? You can see the light in the background, and it's like you're moving towards this sun. Okay, you're moving towards this happiness. And I feel that current energy, you can see the burdens. Maybe the burdens are weighing really heavy on you. Maybe there's a lot of things that you feel, a lot of cycles, a lot of patterns, a lot of old beliefs, whatever the case may be, a lot of responsibility. I just feel like those burdens are weighing heavy on you. And yet at the same time, you understand that there's happiness on the other side of those burdens. Right? And yes, the Six of Swords, it's that transition, it's that forward movement, clarified by the Five of Wands. Well, the Five of Wands is again very conflicting. Okay, the Five of Wands is a challenging growth. It's conflicting growth. It's acknowledging that the level you are at is not the one that you want to stay at, and therefore you have to become better. You have to improve self. You have to, you know, and growth isn't easy. Anybody who's done true self-growth, you know, looked at their demons or looked at their past patterns or whatever the case may be, and really sat with self and said, okay, like, look, I want to heal this. I want to change these patterns. I want to change these cycles. Anybody who's truly done that acknowledges how hard and how trying of a task that truly is, right? Because you have to you really have to be accountable. And some days it's harder to be more accountable, you see? And that Five of Wands is challenging that transition, you know? But this current energy is like, you still acknowledge that there is something more to come, right? There's happiness. It's like, you know, emotionally what you're working to, you know? But you got to put down some things. Definitely. Now the transition here, this is interesting because we had our reversals and they fell the way they did. And they came out all like this. So, you know, reversals aren't bad. It's just talking by no means. It's just talking, you know, the other aspect here. You know, when we see this transition of the Four of Wands in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse, and the Son of Pentacles in reverse, you know, and to me, this is like the transition is really like, hopefully we're going to clarify these as well, but hopefully where there's change, where these begin to shift. You see, in this Four of Wands is kind of, when it's in reverse, the Four of Wands upright is talking about happily, like it's that halfway to marriage card. It can be new engagements, new relationships coming together, families coming together, you know, celebrations being had, right? And in a distorted energy, it's like that celebration hasn't, like it's, the Four of Wands is almost like the celebration for good karma. You know, for tasks completed, for growth completed, right? And then you get to celebrate that you're in this new kind of abundant place within life, right? And so when it's distorted like this, it's almost as though I'm hearing payout, not that that's how karma works by any means, but I almost feel like it's just that lack of like celebration. Like it's like you've been working so hard at it, and yet there hasn't maybe necessarily been that this is forever. This is the happy ever after. This is the work. This is what I have been working for, right? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you see? And when it's in reverse, it's like, okay, yeah, it's almost, wheels have both sides. And we're always, like, we have to acknowledge that the most consistent thing in life is change, right? So the wheel, when it's in reverse, I mean, it's going to continue to move. It's going to continue to roll. So, even right now, if you feel like, oh, I'm stuck and I'm not getting ahead and the wheel isn't rolling, that's okay. It's a wheel. It's going to keep rolling. That's inevitable. Okay. So even if right now you feel like, this transition needs to move from a place of being stuck to forward movement, it is. It might not be moving very fast right now. I mean, the Son of Pentacles in reverse is kind of like, it's not moving, right? Son of Pentacles is a very slow moving action, slow moving kind of knight to begin with. Like, yes, it's forward movement, but it's dedicated. It's one step at a time. It's not fast or rushed by any means. And yet when it's in reverse, it's almost like it's so slow that it's not moving, or it's not moving, right? Like there isn't movement. There isn't the one step kind of program, right? So, and this Seven of Wands, as it's in reverse, this is talking about your lack of shine. Okay, this is talking about where maybe you're letting haters get to you. Maybe you're letting toxic environments get to you. Maybe you're just letting that light of self be dimmed here, or you're struggling to express that light of self, right? You're struggling to express the little light that is within you. Well, let's clarify this line. Why is this Four of Wands in reverse? All right, we'll take those. Yeah, we have the Death card and the Moon card. Look at that. The Death card is actually a card of the Scorpio to begin with. And this is talking about transition. Okay, it's talking about releasing yourself from the old and going forward here. Acknowledging, isn't that interesting? It looks like the same crow. This is why I love this. This is why he means so much to me, because that is exactly what he represents to me, is the death and rebirth. And oftentimes we worry, about when something dies, it's an ending, and yet it's a blessing, when it comes, especially when it comes like this, because the moon behind it, the moon is talking about all that you cannot see. It can be talking about illusions. It can be talking about fear, but ultimately within all of the darkness in which the moon is kind of conveying comes the faith. The moon and the sun. The moon is the symbol for our intuition, right? For our connection to the divine here. You see in there, Scorpio, there is a need here for you to rebirth self, to find this faith within the divine, to trust and just to allow, I'm hearing to let the shadows kind of unfold. Sometimes I think we fear shadows, and really if we just have faith in the divine, we'll see that the shadows aren't necessarily the monsters we have seen them to be. The things maybe that we have feared aren't necessarily what we need to be afraid of. Because growth allows us to face new aspects, right? Let's clarify this wheel. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? We have the Six of Wands clarifying this wheel. And, and I feel that this Six of Wands, see, it's kind of like that Seven of Wands in reverse. In order for this transition, Scorpio, to really take place, it is about you standing in your own limelight. It is. It is about you acknowledging and making the choice to move self from darkness, from challenges, to acknowledge the changes that you actually want to see within life, right? That's why this rebirth is so important here, because it's acknowledging maybe the illusions that have kept you stuck and small, and actually looking at those for what they really are, right? Allow the divine to show you that, no, those things you feared were illusions. Step into your power, step into your own confidence, claim what it is that you want to make yours, right? And even when we are in that cycle of the wheel being, with the, isn't that interesting? The sun's up here on this deck, right? And even when it is, even when we are doing, when we're in this shift, right? Acknowledging that we have the power to still continue to go forward. That's how you embrace that Six of Wands. That's how you claim your power even within shitty situations. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, wow, and the Nine of Swords with the Seven of Wands, you see? And I feel like your light is being asked to be shone here, and when it's in a distorted energy, I feel like you're hiding it, you're dimming it. And you need to acknowledge here that there is this growth. The Six of Pentacles is about the energy in which you commit to showing up to. Okay, it's the energy in which you acknowledge that what vibration, what manifesting energy you put out, right? The work you put into it, like that all drastically affects what you receive back in life, you see. And with the Three of Wands behind here, this is talking about walking on a higher road, talking about almost going through that portal into the next higher vibration of self, and acknowledging with the Nine of Swords at the end here, this is acknowledging the bullshit that we keep in our brains. Okay, we carry this crap around with us, and it's crap that makes us think we are meant to be small. And this transition here is acknowledging that, wait a minute, no, you're bigger than that. You can put the work in, you can put the energy in, you can put the steps in to walk in a higher vibration, to address those old thought patterns for what they are, right? Son of Pentacles in reverse. Let's clarify that Son of Pentacles in reverse, please. Daughter of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Yep. You see, because the Son of Pentacles in reverse, it's asking, in order to go forward, in order for this new beginning to even take place, for this transition to actually, put its feet in and actually start making tangible change, we have the Daughter of Pentacles. Sorry, the Daughter of Wands. And this is acknowledging that you have to kick the old cycles. If you want change in your life, you're going to have to address the old cycles. Eight of Pentacles. There is work to be done here, and when we're putting transition into action, when we're putting transition and change into life and into action within our life, we have to acknowledge that it's going to need some consistent work. We are going to have to show up. We are going to have to be dedicated to that, and especially when it comes to breaking old patterns. Okay? Five of Swords. We have to be very cautious and conscious, wow, of the words that we are putting out there, especially to ourselves, right? The Five of Swords is very conflicting in the manner of how you are speaking to oneself, or maybe how others have spoke to you in the past. And it's addressing that negative self-talk. It's addressing those negative thoughts, those negative ideas, right? When you start getting caught up in that negative bullshit, it's addressing it and saying, no, I am working on this. These are the steps I am taking. I'm like this Page of Wands. I'm opening and beginning and growing a new way here. Like, I'm not repeating the patterns of the past. I can't listen to the bullshit of the past anymore because I'm changing that, right? What's supporting this transition? I love it. Nine of Cups, Chariot, and the Lovers. Here is your ultimate happiness and your blessings, your fulfillment, and your inward fulfillment. Here is the movement and the change and the direction within your life. And then we have the Lovers. For some of you, this is going to be some sort of romantic relationship that is supporting you, but it can also be that love within inside of self. Okay, it doesn't need to just be a romantic partner by any means, especially when the Nine of Cups is here. This is about finding that love and acknowledging your choices. Especially because the Lovers, before it was the Lovers card, in original tarot was called the Choice card, right? And here, this is what's supporting you. It's that personal happiness and acknowledging, okay, this is what's going to make me personally happy. This is what is going to bring fulfillment into my life. This is the direction in which I need to steer my chariot. This is my choice, right? Cups. Let's clarify this Nine of Cups. Wow, Nine of Cups gets the Eight of Cups. The Chariot gets the Eight of Wands, and the Lovers gets the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, for some of you, this could definitely be new love with that Ace of Pentacles. But you see, this Eight of Cups clarifying this Nine of Cups, because you're going to have to leave something behind here, Scorpio. Okay, in order to really embrace this happiness. And I feel like you already know what it is, because that death and transformation up here with this, okay, there's heartbreak, there's emotional baggage, broken cups that you are holding on to, and it is about addressing those. It is about releasing yourself from that burden, from those old past thoughts. It can be recent past, it can be something that you've been holding on to for a very long time, right from your childhood. Those are wounds that we carry for a long time. Look at this Chariot and the Eight of Wands. I feel like Spirit is pushing you here. There is forward movement, and I feel very much like this lightning bolt coming in from the divine. It's sparking change within your life. Okay, it is sparking change, and it's sparking forward movement. The divine is here to really help this chariot, align this chariot with the direction you need to go. We have the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new tangible beginning, and aces are gifts from the divine. So it's a new tangible beginning, a new tangible opportunity from the divine. Right? Whether it is a romantic partnership or it's simply a choice or it's the self-love, but there is a new beginning here for you, some sort of tangible new cycle that maybe you haven't thought of, or maybe you've been waiting for, or maybe, but there's a new opportunity here. Now, what can be challenging this transition? We have the Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Empress. Okay? And I do feel like the Seven of Swords can just be where you don't really see the outcome. There can definitely be heartache with this Three of Swords, past heartache, current heartache, whatever the case may be. And I feel that even standing into this divine feminine, really acknowledging your intuition and listening to that intuition could be a challenge too within this transition. The Seven of Swords, I almost feel, look at how this little fox is like hiding that seventh sword. And I feel like for some of you, it can be that challenge where it's almost like you would just you don't want to give it all away, right? It's like you kind of want to keep a piece here. And it could be because of old heartache. Maybe that's why you seem to be guarding yourself. We have the Father of Swords, Daughter of Swords, Father of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Yeah, see, I feel like for some of you, it's almost the Seven of Swords. It's almost like what can be challenging you is because you've been hiding yourself for so long. There's been a piece of you that, as much as you've been like maybe vulnerable and open to others, there's been a piece of you that you have kept hidden. And here, this is about expressing your authenticity. Okay, this is the King of Wands, and he is all about coming forward, being courageous, expressing who you are. You have the Page of Swords after this. Maybe for some of you, it's about, look at all these bright ideas that are floating around this little owl here, and these are all new beginnings. And I feel like you're just learning these new beginnings, and it's okay to just pause and learn all of these new beginnings. Learn, how it is that you want to go forward, how you do want to express yourself going forward. With the Father of Pentacles here and the Emperor, like, holy smokes, I feel that you are so much just ready to actually put into action who it is that you are. And I get it. It's a challenge. It's just a challenge to come forward and be vulnerable and say, look, this is who I am. This is the kind of life that I'm going to live. These are the things I am passionate about. This is me. But Scorpio, I feel so much that is where, you are ready. You are ready to embrace this. You are ready to truly show who you are and what you want, right? Challenging, yes, but you're ready. Why is this Three of Swords? Why is this Three of Swords challenging this transition for the Scorpio spirit? The Hanged Man in reverse and the Five of Pentacles, yeah. For some of you, this Three of Swords can be challenging because I feel like for some of you, there's some heartache. Maybe for some of you, there's a relationship or something in which, like a past relationship or something that you really need to detach the heartache from, I feel. I feel like there's truth coming through, and that could be really, really challenging, just for your heart to understand, I think. And I feel very much that the answers are coming. Like, I feel like the truth and the clarity is very much coming. And it's not that you won't get that clarity, but I do feel like that heartache pulling those swords, this Three of Swords, pulling these swords out and just addressing them for what they are, you know, acknowledging that that pain, whatever it is, it's not going to dictate the life that you have, you know, because you are, as much as it is going to hurt to embrace this Empress energy and to really manifest the life that you want, that's where you're at, Scorpio. Yeah, look at that. You're ready for the new beginning. You're ready to embark on this new journey. I think it just scares you a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of truth. I feel like there's a lot of truth that needs to just be acknowledged. I think you really need to sit with self and look at, okay, what is it that I want to build in my life? What does my actual future look like? What is it that I want to manifest? What is it that I want to co-create? And, you know, and for some of you, that can just be scary and terrifying because you're afraid to get your hopes up, right? You're afraid to set your hopes into something that could break your heart. All right, how is this affecting the Divine Feminine energy? How is this transition affecting the Divine Feminine energy? We have the Five of Cups. We have the Strength. Wow, and we have the Two of Cups. Yeah. You see, I feel that Divine Feminine energy, and that could be, you know, when I'm speaking of Divine Feminine energy, sure, you can put it into relationships. But again, I do ask that you reflect that inward, right? Because that Divine Feminine energy is your inward, it's your inner knowing, my love. It's your intuition, okay? So how this can be affecting, this transition can be affecting your, well, look, there's that Five of Cups. There's that healing, okay? Look at how sad this poor horse is. It's tired, it's worn out. And the Five of Cups is that energy. The Five of Cups is acknowledging the heartache and the burdens that you have been carrying, that emotional pain that you have been carrying, but that you need to release yourself from. That you either need to forgive yourself from or forgive others from. And that's not that you are condoning their behavior, but you are freeing yourself from the emotional burden. You are acknowledging that, yes, that hurt, but that is not all that my life is meant to be. That is not all that is here for me. And the strength comes in behind that. Right? Because that strength is talking about the inward strength, you know? And then the Two of Cups, the choice to go forward, you know, knowing that you still have the ability to love. You still have the ability to show up to love. That just because you have been wounded or hurt or broken in the past, that there is still that beautiful ability to love within. How is this transition affecting the Divine Masculine energy? Ace of Wands, Father of Cups, wow, Two of Pentacles. You know, that masculine energy, and this is the action side, you know, this is that action side within side of self, and that masculine energy is ready to really, here's that passionate new beginning. Here's that spark. Here's that new opportunity to start, you know, something. We have the Father of Cups. Here's that masculine energy of yourself, right? The King of Cups with the Two of Pentacles. I feel that there is just this balance within you, Scorpio, that is coming, and quite possibly between your Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energy, because I feel like your Divine Feminine energy is just healing that emotional scarring, healing those emotional traumas, and acknowledging that vulnerability is her strength. Okay, being able to be vulnerable and true and authentic to herself within relationships, whether they are romantic or platonic or whatever the case may be, but in that blending of energy, that is her strength. Okay, and this masculine side, this action side, is understanding that there is new beginnings when you can go forward and express emotions, express self emotionally. You know, that doesn't mean that you're emotional all the time, but it means that you're connected to your emotions. And that is a strong balanced place to be, when you can acknowledge your emotions and why your actions in life are directly reflecting that of your emotions, right? All right, we're going to pull some Moonology here for these Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine energies as well. Divine Feminine. What do you need to release, Divine Feminine? What is that Five of Cups? What do you need to release? It's time to give rather than take, right? Divine Masculine. Communication is key. The energy is gaining momentum, and luck is on your side. Wow, Scorpio, what a beautiful message for today. All right, so we're going to finish up with Spirit's advice going forward for you, Scorpio. We have the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Devil. Look at this. This is where the new beginning, Spirit's advice here is where the new beginning is all about how you look at the opportunities at hand. You know, the Eight of Swords here is about acknowledging that you are not a victim here. You are not your wounds, okay? Yes, there has been things in your life. There has been horrible situations or whatever the case may be, heartbreak. Yes, you have been victimized. But no, you are not just your wound. You know, and here is that Ace of Cups. Here is that divine opportunity from the divine, from the Lord, you know, offering you a new chance, offering you a new beginning, releasing you from the low, binding, toxic, whatever the hell this is. Okay? And I mean, we all have certain things in our lives. We all have certain, like we do. Okay? There isn't one of us that can't say that we don't have some sort of kryptonite that has made us feel stuck within our lives, right? And Spirit's advice here is like, look for that cup. Look for Spirit's cup. Move past that kryptonite. Okay? Release yourself from those low vibration toxicities. All right, so we are going to finish up with an untethered soul. This is for Scorpios. Thank you. The more you sit with self, the more you will begin to feel an energy that you have never experienced before. It comes up from behind rather than in front, where you experience your mind and emotions. Beyond is infinite in all directions. Scorpio, that was a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for joining me here today. As always, take care of your beautiful soul. Bye now.